Every day is Halloween for ghost hunters and paranormal investigators who snoop through America's haunted houses.
And here to chat about some spooky and supernatural stories that he's witnessed is ghost hunter Norman Basile. Norman, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Great having you here. You've been a ghost hunter since the 80s, correct?
Since 1982, yes.
How do you get into it?
Well, becoming a ghost hunter could either be simple or it could be, a little bit more involved. I tend to go overboard a little bit as far as educating myself on ghosts, okay? Knowing what's out there, the supernatural, spiritualism. I educated myself in exorcisms, all right, how to do house cleansings, electronic equipment, photography. So, I mean, it could be as easily as grabbing a camera, going out to a haunted site, or taking it the way I did, okay? So I consider myself not only a ghost hunter, but a paranormal investigator, and I can also de-haunt houses as well.
I think a lot of people have seen, like, maybe the show, maybe that's when they're looking to it. Is that like a realistic look at what you guys do, where you guys really dive in with cameras and chase after these things?
Well, in a way, yes, okay? I mean, it's more, investigative, okay? You are a detective, okay? So I have to go in there, first off, I go in as a skeptic as well, too, seeing whether or not the case is actually true or not, okay? Because there are a lot of people
like the story behind what
the story behind and what's going on in the house and things of that nature. So, I'll go in, I'll ask a series of questions, and investigate whoever is at the house, or perhaps, a couple or whatever, and then find out whether it's, it's valid. And then from there, carry it on from there.
Can you walk into a place and feel like a sense of energy automatically?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has that to a certain degree, but what I do, I stepped it up again. I took a class in psychic development, so therefore I can actually go in there, I can feel what's there. I do have, equipment that I use as well, but then you kind of tend not to be able, you kind of tend to miss things a little bit more, all right? So I validated with the equipment, and as far as my feelings, yes.
I imagine you've seen some terrible, terrifying things, at least to some people, and you have some incredible stories, too, including about a family, too, right?
Yes, a family in terror, and that was in St. Charles, Illinois, and when I first went in there, I went in to investigate the house. I found that the house was buried over Indian burial ground, what we call the mound people, and they would bury their dead above the ground, and there were mounds there. So when I first got there, I saw these mounds, and I went, okay, now I know what's going on here, okay? And then I started taking photographs, and then this first photograph you see here, you saw the first ones, and then you see all the lights.
Yeah.
And they moved, and this one here was energy around his wrist in the basement. So you see the first one here where you see the two lights, okay, and then you see where they moved, okay, and then the third one you see where they moved back into the back of the garage.
So how do you know those aren't spots on your camera?
This is infrared film.
Okay.
So infrared film picks up on different types of energies, okay? So it wasn't something I actually just saw in the beginning, all right? It appeared afterwards, okay? So I know that was energy there.
You also collect some cool items, too, right?
Absolutely.
And you've got some of them here to display.
Yes,
What are we looking at here?
First thing you're seeing is a teddy bear, okay? And that was given to me by my stepdaughter, and it has no batteries in it, and it seems to come to life at night, especially at stormy nights.
Would it rock back and forth in that chair, or what?
Like, does it talk?
No, it actually lights up.
Oh, my gosh.
And it has no batteries in it whatsoever. And on a stormy night, you'll see this thing lighten up. And it actually does move, and sometimes you hear children's voices in the background.
Oh, my God.
So you keep it in this case?
In my basement.
In your basement.
In my basement.
What else we got there? In the middle there, we got something cool.
In the middle there, you see a real bottle from an exorcism. It was portrayed, a major motion picture, The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It was called The Haunted Boy, and that bottle was actually used in his exorcism.
Oh.
So that is a true case.
So did you get energy from that bottle?
Well, the bottle itself does have energy attached to it. Okay. And the person who had it before me actually said they heard voices in Latin and saw faces.
And what's that looks like a figurine of some kind over there, too?
The third one is an actual voodoo doll that I picked up in an antique store. I just picked it up, and you can actually, sometimes you hear drums beating in the background. Now, in my house, sometimes you see lights going on and off, footsteps, things of this nature. Scares the hell out of my wife.
I would imagine so. I would not want any of this stuff in my house.
Well, I am a skeptic, but you're making me believe a little bit more. I'll just have to join you on one of those journeys.
Yeah, you got to investigate.
Or even better, if you're interested in receiving a ghost tour, you can email Norman at knocking3times@gmail.com.
And if you want an up-close and personal look at the haunted items, all are going to be welcome to stop by Norman's house tonight in Flossmoor. The details there you see on your screen from 3 to 7 p.m.
You're just opening your doors there. All right.
You are a brave human being for many, many reasons.